Hare Krishna. Welcome all of you for Brahma-saṁhitā discussions. Here we are today discussing shloka number 4. So we'll be reading shloka number 4 and then we'll see the commentaries, explanations, and what Srila Prabhupada said. Hare Krishna. Okay, I'll be sharing screen with you. Yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, you're getting? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Okay, it's okay. We can start. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we are reading from the shloka number 4 of Brahma-saṁhitā. Tan kinjalkam tad amshanam tad patrani shriyam api. This is a short verse, and translation goes like this. The wall of that eternal realm, Gokula, is the hexagonal abode of Krishna. Its petals are the abodes of gopis, who are part and parcel of Krishna, to whom they are most lovingly devoted and are similar in essence. The petals shine beautifully like so many walls. The extended leaves of that lotus are the garden-like dham, spiritual abode of Śrī Radhika, the most beloved of Krishna. So here we are seeing the shloka number 4. After in shloka number 3 was described the hexagonal abode of Krishna with Gokula mantra. Here in the shloka number 4, the further petals of the lotus are described. Tad kinjalkam tad amshanam tad patrani shriyamapi. The Krishna and Radha and Krishna, they are described in previous verse in the form of mantra. Klim Krishna Govinda Gopijama we were discussing. And this is the way of how yantra is described. Yantra is embodiment, the diagram which embodies the mantra. But mantra and the object of worship by the mantra are not different. This is described by the acharyas, and I'll just share with you the shloka quoted by Srila Jiva Goswami from Shirsha Pancharatra. The wise conclude that the deity expressed in the mantra and the mantra itself are non-different, O Brahma. So actually what it is, actually in the center of the Goloka are Radha and Krishna standing personally in their personal form. When yantra is described, which embodies the mantra, it is mentioned, their presence are mentioned in the mantra, clean, Bija mantra and the full Gopala mantra, which we were discussing yesterday. I'll just show in the picture like this. Okay, this is, everybody can see that in the center of the lotus, the mantra is positioned. But what actually is, it is Radha and Krishna's forms, which they are actually behind the mantra, the object of the mantra, the embodiment of mantra, are Radha and Krishna. Okay, so Radha and Krishna are in the center of the spiritual world. That is idea given here. And here I will read the purport, then we can see this explanation. The transcendental Gokula is shaped like the lotus. The eternal world is like hexagonal figure, in that the entities Sri Radha Krishna appearing in the form of mantra consisting of 18 transcendental letters are centered. So here, this is the understanding that actually they are Radha and Krishna in the spiritual world. The propagating manifestation emanating from Chit potency are present there with the said entities as the center. And what is it? Manifestation of Chit potency, of Swarupa Shakti, or spiritual potency of the Lord. So in spiritual world, everything runs by the spiritual potency. This is what is explained in the Shastras. Sri Radha Krishna is the primary cause or the seed himself. Radha Krishna, primary cause. That word clean is described as Kama Bija. And Bija is the seed. So the seed is the source of everything else. So Radha Krishna is the primary cause or the seed himself. So from Radha and Krishna everything emanates. This is the understanding. So the Gopala Tapani Upanishad is quoted in the purport. Omkara signifies all-powerful Gopal and his potency. And Klim is the same as Omkara. Hence, Kama Bija, or the primary cause of all love, is connotative of the entities of Radha and Krishna. So this is quoted just to show that mantra, Klim Krishna, Govinda, Gopijana, Vallabha, Swaha. The Kama Bija mantra, Klim itself, signifies Radha and Krishna. And there are many explanations of the 18 syllable mantra in the Shastra and the Kama Bija mantra, the Klim mantra also. There are many explanations. But we should understand that actually refers to Radha and Krishna. They are the very seed of the mantra. They are the very source of everything. So we'll see a few quotes from the Acharya Srila Jiva Goswami immediately quotes and explains how Krishna is present in the mantra. Krishna is present in the mantra as a karana, as a final cause, ultimate cause of the everything. From this claim, from Krishna and Radha, everything else expands. And that we will see how it goes gradually. And the presiding deity of the mantra is also Krishna, because he is worshipped by the mantra. Krishna, Govinda, Gopijana, Vallabha. The letters of mantra, Varna, this is also Krishna. And the object of worship, Aradhya. What do we worship at this mantra? Whom do we worship? It's Krishna also. Here the Karana and Adhishta Tridevata, these forms are already mentioned as a Prakriti and Purusha. And the Aradhya form was mentioned previously as Ishvara Parama Krishna. No? And the Aradhya, the object of worship, who? Ishvara Parama Krishna. And the Karana, cause of all causes, that is already indicated from the Shloka 1. So what the Srila Jiva Goswami explains, in so many ways Krishna is described in this mantra. The mantra is not different from him, it's coming from him. And what the purport said, you've seen that? The purport said that Sri Radha and Krishna are the primary cause of the seed himself. They are the source of everything. They are the source of that Kama Bija mantra itself. So this is what is described. So you see, there is a lot to be said about this Gopala mantra and the word Kama Bija mantra. But problem is that really that should be heard from a guru. One thing, you know. And for our study of Brahma-saṁhitā, I think this is now okay what we are discussing. So I'll not go into detailed discussion of this word Klim. There are many shlokas quoted, and the idea is that Radha and Krishna are source of everything, and they are represented in the mantra Klim. I'll just give one quote to give this idea. Sanat Kumar, one or two quotes, let's see. Sanat Kumar-saṁhitā says, O Narada, this Kama Bija is not something that is only made of letters. It is the very embodiment of Sri Krishna's divine transcendental form, because each of its component letters is one of Sri Krishna's limbs. So here again, Shastras are quoted to explain that mantra, don't think mantra is just some sound. Krishna is not different from his name. How many times we heard it? No? Nama Chintamani Krishna, Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Punarshuddha Nitya Mukto, Abhinatvam Namo Namino. Actually, it's Krishna. Actually, it's Krishna. So problem is that we are not pure enough to see that. We are not pure enough to see that. So devotees who worship the mantra, and who worship the mantra with this Kama Bija clean, or chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, there's no difference. Krishna, that's Krishna, that is Krishna. Just day before yesterday, Guru Maharaj narrated one incident in London when the Radha London Ishvara were installed and worshipped by devotees there. Somebody of devotee asked Prabhupada something in the sense that this is the deity, this is the Murti. Prabhupada, how do we see this is Krishna? And Prabhupada said, oh, Krishna here, London Ishvara. Prabhupada called him Radha London Ishvara. He said, here, it's Krishna who is pretending that he is a deity. That's Srila Prabhupada's vision. Krishna who is pretending that he is deity. So he is standing like a deity accepting our service. But it's Krishna. That's what Prabhupada is saying. He's a Krishna. He's pretending to be a deity. So this is what Shastra explained, that mantra is transcendental sound vibration. This is Vedic mantra. This is transcendental sound vibration. It's behind mantra there is a personality, and behind Krishna it's Krishna. There is no difference between Krishna and the mantra. So here you could see this quote. This was the quote from the Sanat Kumar-saṁhitā, that this Kama Bija, Klim is called Kama Bija, is not something that is only made of letters. It is the very embodiment of Krishna's divine transcendental form, because each one of its component letters is one of Krishna's limbs. Okay, here, Gautamya Tantra says, further, Upanishads also, Śrī Bhagavan created universe by Kama Bija, Klim. In this Kama Bija, the letters K, L, I, the sign of the half moon, Klim, they had the sign moon and dot on top, Bindu above, it have given rise to elements water, earth, fire, air, space, respectively. We'll come to that later when Brahma creates. He gets the word mantra, Klim, and he creates from that mantra, he creates whole universe. And there are many different explanations by acharyas in the Shastras or the Klim, but give you some idea that what is the description in Brahma-saṁhitā. So here you can see the shloka directly says that this is Radha and Krishna standing in the middle of spiritual world. Okay, so we'll see the purport further. So we understood this, no? That the wall of that eternal around Gokula is hexagonal abode of Krishna. Its petals are abodes of gopis, who are part and parcel of Krishna, to whom they are most lovingly devoted and are similar in essence. So here you can see the shloka says, Tat patrani shriyamapi. Shriyam word is used. Shri, you may say Lakshmi, but Shriyam is translated gopis. Why? Srila Jiva Goswami explains that they are mentioned in the mantra itself. Krishna, Govinda, Gopi Jana Vallabhaya. And later on, again will be confirmed that actually they are the gopis. They refers to the gopis. So here, Srila Jiva Goswami quotes immediately from Shastra to explain the transcendent position of the gopis. Because the Lakshmis are freely glorified, celebrated in the Shastras, but gopis' position is very unique and is misunderstood by materialistic man. So it's always very carefully discussed with acharyas, amongst devotees, but it's not done so freely in the public, because unless one is pure, cannot understand position of Krishna. What to speak of understanding position of gopis? So this is immediately Srila Jiva Goswami quotes Gautamya Tantra explaining Devi Krishna Mahi Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Mahi Sarva Kanti Samohini Para. The transcendental goddess Srimati Radharani is the direct counterpart of Lord Sri Krishna. She is the central figure of all the goddesses of fortune. Sarva Lakshmi Mahi. All Lakshmis emanate from her. This is what it means. No? She is the central figure of all goddesses of fortune. She possesses all attractiveness to attract the all attractive personality of Godhead. Sarva Kanti Samohini Para. She is primeval internal potency of the Lord. Other Shastras also mentions. In Varanasi, Vishalakshi presides. In Puri, Vimala presides. In Dwaraka, Rukmini presides. And in Vrindavan, Radha presides. To Radha, Vrindavan Evane. Matsya Purana. So this is explained that in the middle of Vrindavan, in the middle of Gokula, in the middle of spiritual, Radha and Krishna stand. Rik Parishishta again mentions Radharani so that people say, oh, where is Radharani mentioned in Vedas? Is mentioned in the Vedas. Rik Parishishta says, Radhaya Madhavo Devo Madhave Naiva Radhika Vibrajante Janeshva. So immediately these are the explanation of Acharyas, and Srila Prabhupada immediately warns us that gopis are also expansions of Krishna, Krishna's pleasure potencies. Gopis are not these ordinary women. Neither Krishna is ordinary man. So unless you understand Krishna, as we're discussing this morning, the verse, Kaschin Mam Veti Tattvataha. Out of many millions of siddhas, one can understand Krishna as he is. If we do not understand Krishna, then how we can understand gopis? So here something important to understand, that Srila Prabhupada Acharyas and Shastras explain that gopis are transcendental potencies of the Lord. They don't come in category as we are really coming, Jiva Tattvas. These are his own potency. These are Shakti Tattvas. Krishna's, they are gopis who, amongst the Jivas, souls who become pure and they become in spiritual form of gopis. But Krishna's eternal associates, Nitya Siddhas, eternal associates, his own potencies, these are the gopis. The inner enclosure circle, inner circle of Krishna's associates, these are all, none of them is Jiva. People always have this problem, why Krishna is dancing with gopis and this and that. But these are his own spiritual potencies. This is what Shastra says. How do you know about Krishna dancing with gopis? Oh, Bhagavatam says. Yes. But see what Bhagavatam says about nature of gopis. See what Shastra says, who the gopis are, what the gopis are. Why you just take one portion and not understanding another portion of the Shastra. These are transcendental potencies of the Lord. And Srila Prabhupada explains, and the purport also by Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur explains. These are the transcendental potencies of the Lord. And first the potency is Chit Shakti, Swarupa Shakti, Srimati Radharani. From her, all other potencies expand. This is our understanding. This is what Shastra says. So, here after quoting this, the seed, the origin of everything is Radha and Krishna. And from them everything expands. So, first expansion of Radha and Krishna are manifested 8 principal gopis. And this is what Shloka described, that in the petals, look, the petals shine beautifully like so many walls. The extended leaves of that lotus are the, Why you're not getting? Oh, you're not getting? Okay, share the screen. Okay, you're getting? Okay, the petals shine beautifully like so many walls. The extended leaves of that lotus are the garden-like dam, spiritual bow Shri Radhika, the most beloved of Krishna. No? So here, Its petals are the abodes of gopis who are part and parcel of Krishna, to whom they are most lovingly devoted and are similar in essence. So this is what we understand, that from Radharani, first 8 principal gopis expand, and they are situated in just in the petals in the Goloka. Just these are their abodes, just like Tama Krishna Goswami in his seminar on Brahma-saṁhitā many years ago is given in Mayapur and Vrindavan. He said that the center of the world is what? Krishna's house, Nanda Maharaj's house, Nanda Bhavan. And that is the center of the world, Krishna's house. And all other gopis, even in Raja, when you come, you will see all gopis villages right around Nandagram. You can see how the Gokula and Goloka, there is no difference. Even physically manifested in the material, apparently material realm. It's a spiritual abode. So the Radha Krishna are in the center, and he explains in his seminar that Nanda Bhavan is the source of all rasas, because Krishna resides there. So the gopis, they come there, the gopas, they come there, the elder people who are in Vatsala rasa, they come there, cows come there, shantaras, everything. From there, everything expands, everything manifests, everything is kind of joined there. Everything is focused like a pivot of happiness, of happenings, because that is Krishna's house. That is the center of the all activities in the spiritual world. So, okay, we are reading this now. Here we have a quote from Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur in his commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam 10th Canto, 33rd chapter, Shloka 16. He says, Lord Krishna alone is supreme absolute truth, and his potencies are unlimited. All these potencies, taking personal forms, engage Lord Krishna in his pastimes. Just as the opulent manifestation of his one supreme transcendental potency manifests all the countless potencies of the Lord. So in the rasa dance, Krishna manifests himself as many times as there are various potencies represented by gopis. Okay, so again, this point is confirmed that all these potencies take personal form. All the gopis are transcendental potencies of the Lord. And of his one supreme transcendental potency, manifest all other countless potency. From Srimati Radharani, all the gopis expand. Again, Shastra was quoted previously that from gopis, queens of Dwaraka expand. And then all the Lakshmis expand. So this is how it goes, the chain of expansions. Okay, so this is amazing purport by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Again, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in his commentary in Chaitanya Charitamrita explains, the gopis are purely engaged in service of the Lord without motive. They are not captivated by the opulence of Krishna, nor by understanding that he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here, you can see that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur explained that there is no material aspect in personality of gopis. No? Gopis are purely engaged in service of Lord without motive. This is called pure devotional service. This is what is taught by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No? Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatana Stadama Vrindavanam Ramya Karshit Pasata Vrajavadu. That we should follow the footsteps of gopis. Gopis are glorified as the most advanced devotees. Why? Because they have no any tinge of motivation, nothing from themselves they own. Therefore, they are not captivated by Krishna's opulence. They don't worship Krishna because he is supreme, by his Aishwarya potencies, by all his power, because he is supreme controller, or to save themselves. Then they have no any concept of this. Nor do they understand he is a supreme Lord. So they don't bother about his Aishwarya, about his opulences. They simply worship him out of love and affection, spiritual love and affection, pure love and affection. Therefore, they are most glorified by all the acharyas. Because there is no tinge of any selfishness in their service to Krishna. Therefore, they are the highest. Otherwise, why would Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and others who are so advanced, who are sannyasis, who are so strict in their following of their vows, why would they glorify gopis or hear about their gopis pastimes with Krishna? Why would they discuss this? No, they already sannyasis, they already left all this sense gratification, material affairs and all these things. They are completely uninterested. The ladies could not come near Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to offer pranam. From distance they have to offer pranam. No? And then when 3-4 of them would stay together with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would discuss with confidential devotees gopis and Krishna's pastimes. Why? Because it is a fully spiritual. Indeed, Srimad Bhagavatam says that one who hears the pastimes between Radha and Krishna and the gopis in Vrindavan, he becomes free from lust. It purifies one. It makes one free from the lust. No? So here again and again we are discussing this topic, and all acharyas, they warn so much that don't look materially. Srila Prabhupada was very upset when somebody painted inappropriate picture of gopis and wanted to publish in Back to Godhead. He was really upset. No, this is not, you can see the paintings of Srila Prabhupada's time, all the gopis and Krishna, everything so attractively done, but not sensual. Krishna is never painted with muscles like some bodybuilder, Schwarzenegger or something, you know. Prabhupada didn't like it, that such a realism in the paintings. No, Krishna's body is smooth. He's not muscle like, you know. He didn't approve this muscle-like paintings. And the gopis were always painted very nicely, decently covered their bodies and, you know, beautiful limbs, youthful looking, like that. Not lusty. That is not allowed. That has nothing to do with Radha and Krishna's relation. So therefore, these topics are not discussed much. But that doesn't mean that we can never discuss anything about gopis. Now, what do we do? We are studying Brahma-saṁhitā, and shloka itself says the gopis are there in spiritual world. So look at this Srila Prabhupada's quote. Very interesting. Just to share screen with you. Okay. And look at this first quote. Srila Prabhupada said, Krishna was not attracted by the opulence or personal beauty of the gopis, but by their pure devotional service. You see, there is no lust in their relation. It's a spiritual relation. It's again and again emphasizes that point. But look at this discussion. Srila Prabhupada said, and so far the article Hagriva written, it is very nice. It should be published. Yes, I've seen it. So Prabhupada approved some article to be published in Bhaktivedanta. Satsvarup said. That means that we can make reference to the gopis. Prabhupada said, oh, it is done. Gopis are boycotted. Boycotted means ban. Should not speak, should not discuss, should not do anything about it. No? So Prabhupada, so why you are asking we cannot write something about gopis? Gopis are boycotted? Prabhupada is asking. So Swastika, no, gopis are not boycotted. The policy should be that the people may not understand gopis like ordinary girls or like that. You should be careful to present the gopis. It does not mean that we shall not utter even the name of the gopis. We have taken vow to boycott the gopis. No, there are worshipable devotees. How can we avoid them? No? So sometimes devotees go too much discussing about the gopis, and you know, they go to Vrindavan, they get a little bit emotional, and they get a little bit, you know, in some association, then, you know, they will come and read some books, secret books, and, you know, whatever. Get a little bit hearing more about Radha, Krishna, and gopis. That will come naturally. That will come when the time comes. When we grow up spiritually, then everything naturally manifests. Just like a children cannot push, you know, their mustaches to grow. You can do like this, or you can paint it, but it won't happen. It comes naturally. When the time comes, it will grow. So when we purify ourselves, when we follow this chanting, sadhana, service, and all whatever required to please the Guru and Krishna, dedicate our life in the service, then Krishna reveals himself. Prakashante Mahatma. That's the system. So sometimes the devotees go prematurely discussing these topics. And there is another group of devotees called, no, ban, boycott, never say, why you are speaking. They go another extreme. So the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed the balance. In the public, everything was kirtan, prasadam. Then there was a discussion amongst philosophers, philosophy. But when he stayed with his confidential devotees, then he could discuss this Radha Krishna topic. So we are studying now Brahma-saṁhitā, so we can a little bit touch topic with great respect, and for our own understanding, that we maintain proper attitude. We worship. This is our worshipful deities. We are building temple here, and when I asked His Holiness Bhakti Vikash Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, that we have a place on the Shikhar to put some decorations, some nice design, some carvings. So shall we carve Dāsa avatars, or shall we carve some, what do we carve there? So Guru Maharaj said that Dāsa avatar is okay, but why don't you carve the gopis? You're in South India, people do not know about gopis. So bring gopis from Vrindavan. So by Guru Maharaj's instruction, we are carving 28 different gopis on the Shikhar to be displayed, showing different rasas with Krishna, doing different services, so that we can preach. And they are carved beautifully. Maharaj seen every carving, he's seen the design, respectfully carved, non-sensually carved, showing different mudras, different services in the relation to Krishna. So not that we are completely banned, we have to. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came? To teach about Radha and Krishna, to teach about Gopi's love for Krishna, which is purest, to teach Shuddha Bhakti, pure Bhakti, which is the best example, of it is the Gopis and Brajvasis, eternal residents of Vrindavan. So sometimes we can a little bit discuss with great respect, and we should know why Brahma-saṁhitā speaks like this, why Chaitanya Charitamrita describes this and this like this. This is with proper attitude done, then is okay. So, okay, so this is good introduction. Now we can discuss about gopis. Okay, so yeah, there are gopis there in Vrindavan. Nobody can deny that. So this is what it describes. The different petals of the Goloka are abodes of different pastimes, different pathways, different places, cows, pasturing grounds for the cows, the houses for the gopas and the gopis. So you can say in this Goloka chart, there was attempt to depict, which is difficult to depict spiritual, but some idea. Here you can see that in each petal there is one particular lila performed. It's not shared. Oh, it's not shared. Okay. Share the screen. Okay. Can you see? Yeah. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry for this. Okay. So you can see in spiritual world, there are hundreds and thousands of petals. Sahasra Patra Kamalam in Sanskrit is also taken in poetry. When you say Sahasra, thousand means unlimited, refers to unlimited, which is unlimited, spiritual world. So here you can see that from Radha Krishna, first 8 principal gopis are expanded, and their abodes are there. And then you can see in different petals, different pastimes of Lord are performed. Krishna with gopis in Yamuna, or Rasa dance, Krishna meeting gopis, Julan, Yatra. Then you see Krishna's pastimes in Vatsalya Rasa, with Mother Yashoda here. Then you can see again Krishna's pastime with Sakya Rasa, with gopas, playing, eating with them. with Balaram, like that. And then you see the pastimes in Dasya Rasa and Shanta Rasa, with Krishna with cows, Krishna with playing his flute, Krishna with peacock, Krishna in the forest, so like that. So all spiritual world is full of places of eternal pastimes of the Lord. This is described. And in this Goloka chart, this is here painted in separate charts so people can easily relate. Here, the inner portion or first three layers of petals in this particular chart describe the Madhurya Rasa. All the pastimes of Madhurya Lila are described, Madhurya Rasa. Then the orange color, Vatsalya Rasa, Sakhya comes here, Dasya Rasa in purple, and Shanta in the blue. So when you see the Goloka, you will see that first round, all the pastimes are in Madhurya, then Vatsalya, then Sakhya, Dasya, and Shanta. So it is kind of a little bit organized to show. So now we will be discussing these three divisions of this spiritual world. Here you can see in this chart that in the Goloka, in the spiritual world, Chaitanya Charitamrita says like this: in the highest region of that spiritual sky is spiritual planet called Krishna Loka. It has three divisions: Dwarka, Mathura, and Gokula. Okay, so inner portion of Goloka is called Gokula. That is Vrindavan. So this lotus is Vrindavan. The area around Vrindavan, the red marked here, because it's painted again as a yantra, is Mathura. Mathura is red color, and Dwaraka is blue color. So these three divisions are given. We know from Shastra and from Acharyas that two more divisions there, Jagannath Puri, between the Dwaraka and Mathura, that is described in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, when Gopkumar goes from the Dwaraka to Purushottam Kshetra, and then from there he goes to Mathura. And also Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that Vrindavan Das Thakur, the manifestation of Vyasa of Chaitanya Lila, has described village of Navadvip as bearing the name Shvetadvip. So Shvetadvip, the concluding portion of Pasana of Gokula, exists eternally as pastimes of Navadvip. So Chaitanya Lilas are also there, Navadvip, in these petals, outskirts of Vrindavan. This is how it's described. In the outskirts of Gokul, there lays the transcendental Shvetadvip, the eternal pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. So this is also depicted here in the Goloka chart. So that we'll discuss in the details a little bit tomorrow. But now, what is important to mentioning Shvetadvip, one should not misunderstand this Shvetadvip in Goloka to be Shvetadvip where Kshirodakasha Vishnu lies down. There is a, within material world, there is a place where Kshirodakasha Vishnu resides, and he lies down on Ananta Shesha. He has his island and palace in the midst of the milk ocean. So that ocean is called also Shvetadvip. That place is also called Shvetadvip. But here Shvetadvip refers to this ocean. There are hundreds and thousands of Krishna's Surabhi cows, which give so much milk that from different pathways milk go and creates huge white milky ocean surrounds Vrindavan. So in the spiritual Goloka, and Gokul is surrounded by the ocean of milk of Krishna's own cows. So this is called Shvetadvip. So this is what is described in Shastras. So just that people don't understand this, right? And this Shvetadvip is described that this is place Navadvip. Shvetadvip and Navadvip, there is no difference. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has his eternal pastimes right in the spiritual world. So this is explained. Now, according to our acharyas, you can see in the middle of this Goloka chart, you can see that Radha Krishna are placed in that hexagonal place as described in Brahma-saṁhitā, and right side you can see the Radha Krishna's Leelas, and left side you can see Chaitanya Leelas. This is exactly how Srila Prabhupada painted. When Srila Prabhupada went to print Srimad Bhagavatam, he guided the artist how to paint the cover of Srimad Bhagavatam. So the first Bhagavatam books which Srila Prabhupada brought to the West, they're just painted, guided. Artist was guided by Srila Prabhupada himself. And you can see there is a big lotus. Remember, even now, Srimad Bhagavatam first canto is done based on those covers. So you have the blue book full of beautiful golden self-effulgent planets or Vaikuntha planets, and you can see that different personalities, Nrsingadev, Purushottam, Achyuta, Keshava, Madhava, different planets are there. But you can see the big lotus at the front cover on first canto Bhagavatam, and you can see Radha Krishna in the middle. But if you look carefully, you will see this same picture, that right side of Radha, or one side of Radha Krishna, the Radha Krishna Leelas again, and left side you will see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and devotees dancing in Kirtan. So this is explained that the spiritual abode exists in two particular moods. One is Madhurya, sweetness of Radha Krishna pastimes, and one is Audarya. Audarya is magnanimity, generosity, the idea of spreading the holy name and giving love of God to everyone for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains this, that spiritual has these two pitas, two centers. In one is Radha Krishna Madhurya Leela, and one is Audarya Leela of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is relishing same Radha Krishna worship. He is devotee of Radha Krishna, but he wants to also give love of God to everyone. And there is this Krishna's pastimes itself with Radha, with the gopis, with the gopas. These are the sweetest display of Lord's eternal transcendental pastimes. So Krishna and Gauranga are not different in terms of tattva. It is the same person, but they are same absolute truth. But the two ways in which this Madhurya Rasa manifests. Madhurya, transcends conjugal sweetness, and Audarya, transcends magnanimity. So in the this is what is explained in Shastra. This is what we understand. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahayanya. He is the same Radha Krishna. So he must be there right in the center of the spiritual world. He is right there playing his pastime, his leelas because it's Krishna. Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So this is our understanding. So we as a Gaudiya Vaishnava, we worship Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he describes that in this spiritual abode, devotees, they worship Lord Chaitanya and Radha Krishna eternally. Some of the devotees worship both. Some of the devotees worship only Lord Chaitanya, they go in Chaitanya Leela. Some devotees worship only Radha Krishna, they go to Radha Krishna Leela. But some devotees worship both. So then you have that phenomenon that the spiritual personalities can expand their spiritual body into two forms. They can expand themselves and participate eternally in Krishna Leelas. Chaitanya Leelas are eternal. So Rupa Goswami is there eternally. Sanatana Goswami is there eternally. Ramanandara is there eternally. Saurabh Damodar is there eternally. All the associates of Chaitanya, they are eternally with him. So that Leela is going on. And simultaneously Krishna Leela is going. So Krishna is there playing with flute, and Krishna is there also as Lord Chaitanya doing the Nama Sankirtan. That is also there. So this is very amazing information that we have from Acharyas, that actually the spiritual body spiritual personalities, they can expand their spiritual form if required for the Krishna service. So here we have a first 8 expansion of Srimati Radharani, Lalita Devi, Gopis, Vishakha Devi, Suchitra, Indulekha, Champakalata, Ranga Devi, Tunga Vidya, Sudevi. Now, their first assistants, Manjaris, the very, very young gopis who assist the gopis in the Radha Krishna Leela, who do all kinds of services, very young in age, very completely small girls. They are here assisting. Lalita, they were assisted by Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, Lavanga Manjari, Manjulali, Raga Manjari, Kasturi Manjari, Guna Manjari, Vilasa Manjari, like that. So, these are eternal pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Now you can see that the same personalities, when Krishna comes in form of Radharani as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all of them come and participate in Chaitanya Leelas. So we have this amazing information from the Shastra that that Lalita Devi, eternal gopi in Radha Krishna pastime, is Swarup Damodar in Gaura Leela. Vishakha Devi is Raya Ramananda, Ramananda Rai in Gaura Leela. Chitra Devi is Govinda Nandan in Gaura Leela. Indulekha, Basu Ramananda in Gaura Leela. Ranga Devi, Govinda Ghosh in Gaura Leela. Tunga Vidya, Vakreshwara Pandit in Gaura Leela. Sudevi, Vasudev Ghosh in Gaura Leela. Śrī Rupa Manjari, Rupa Goswami in Gaura Leela. Rati Manjari, or Rasa Manjari sometimes referred. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami in Gaura Leela. Lavanga Manjari, Srila Sanatan Goswami in Gaura Leela. Manjulali, Sri Lokanath Goswami in Gaura Leela. Raga Manjari, sometimes this was Rasa Manjari also. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami in Gaura Leela. Kasturi Manjari, Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami in Gaura Leela. Guna Manjari, Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami in Gaura Leela. And Vilasa Manjari, Srila Jiva Goswami in Gaura Leela. So all these personalities have formed both in the Krishna Leela and in the Chaitanya Leela. And this is very, very amazing aspect of spiritual reality, that actually the two forms are there. And you see, this is Goloka chart, but it's not exactly describing everything spiritual. You must be reasonable. It's not possible to put everything. We know a few days ago we were singing a song of Bhaktivinoda Thakur when he expresses himself that his name is Komala Manjari. So you can see that after Rupa Goswami there will be other petals of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jagannath Babaji, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur. All the acharyas, they have their position in Radha and Krishna Leelas, So, okay, Srila Prabhupada did not want to disclose his spiritual identity. So we are not going to discuss, and don't ask, please. It's, leave it, let's be respectful, correct? So this is the idea that somebody came to temple and we are in South India, we have Gaurnitai deities. So it is little difficult to explain to locals, either Shri Vaishnavas or Madhvas or local people about Gaurnitai. So we show the Shastra, we tell them that they are incarnation of Krishna Balaram, they are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda described in Shastra like that. So then they are seeing the deities, okay, I see, Krishna Balaram they know, but they do not know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in South India. It's very amazing, no? We have so many temples in South India, but we don't get Radha Krishna temples. Not even one traditional temples of Radha Krishna. ISKCON has opened now many temples of Radha and Krishna, but previously there's not one single Radha Krishna temple at least not in Tamil Nadu. So far I know, correct? We have Krishna in Udupi, we have Guru Vayu Krishna, we have many Lakshmi Narayan temples, we have Rajgopala temples, but Radha Krishna, anybody knows? No. So, right. They have Krishna, Satyabhama and Rukmini. Yeah, maybe one temple. Okay, somebody said there is one Utsa Murti on side of the main temple somewhere, and like that. So it's difficult to explain, but we have to preach what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu given. And then these devotees who came, they were looking Gornitai, and we explained, okay, then Shalagram, they understand immediately, they bow down to Shalagram. The photo of Nrsingadev, they bow down, they know immediately. And Tulasi Devi, they worship, they bow down. And then I say that this is Guru Parampara. And that gentleman who was standing there as a head of the family, as a head of the group of devotees from South India, he said, yes, the great, wise Indian rishis. So he said for Guru Parampara, seeing all the acharyas sitting and chanting in the photos, the great, wise Indian rishis. But I wish he can share screen with him. The great, wise India rishis. You know where they are? They are right first next to Radha Krishna in the middle of the spiritual world. These are our acharyas, the closest to Radha and Krishna. Not just some wise Indian rishis. They're spiritual personalities right next to Radha Krishna, the closest associates of Radha and Krishna. So this is Guru Parampara we worship. We don't worship ordinary men. Sometimes people object in the West. Okay, you worship Krishna, and this is deity described in the Vedas, but why you put in that man's photo? Man's photo you are putting on the altar. Man's photo. But I tell you, these are all female photos. You have no idea. These are all eternal associates of Radha and Krishna. So this is where we get blessings from. This is whom we worship. They are all willing, because of this Audarya aspect, they are all willing to bring us home back to Godhead, to bring us into service on Radha and Krishna. They know Krishna is pleased if the every jiva comes and engages in the service of Krishna. This is the nature of spiritual world. Spiritual is completely different than what we experience in material world. Here we have this envy, competition. I want to be number one. I want to be first. I want to get the best. But in spiritual world, everyone is pushing each other. You go, you are better devotee. You go, bring garland for Krishna. You go do the service. There's no envy. The aim, only objective is how to please Krishna. Whether Krishna is pleased with this service, whether Krishna will be pleased with this item, whether Krishna will be pleased with this activity of mine. That's the only objective. So this is something we learn from Shastra. Apart from being majestic, beautiful place, made of chintamani, kalpavriksha, there, wish-fulfilling desire trees, Prabhupada describes, that from one tree you can get any fruit, whatever you want. Opulence of spiritual world. Srila Jiva Goswami describes in Gokula Champu that fruits are all perfect, no skin, no seed, no bad portion on it. And season is whenever Krishna wants fruits, trees are giving the fruits. So in one place the earth smells on the sandalwood. In another place, earth smells on this sambrani, I call frankincense. Another place you go down, earth smells of camphor. The houses are made of chintaman. Then from kalpavriksha, when the leaves fell down, they're golden leaves, and the flowers like jewels, they fell down. This is apart from that description of spiritual world, which attracts mind of the people, is that the aspect that no selfishness, no exploitation, no bad words, nothing wrong. Everything is centered around Krishna. Everybody is endeavoring to serve Krishna. Everybody is there in full ecstasy serving Krishna. In Gopala Champu, Srila Jiva Goswami describes different aspects of Goloka. He said, everybody just want to please Krishna. He said that Yamuna is flowing and there are lotuses on the water of Yamuna. And these are her eyes. She's always looking at the feet of Krishna. And if Krishna plays flute, she becomes stunned. She becomes solid. Water becomes solid. So Srila Jiva Goswami concludes, this is how Yamuna Devi, Kalindi, serves Krishna in the liquid form and the solid form. So it's amazing to hear. This is the place of Bhagavan. This is the place of absolute pastimes. This is the place of, this is the spiritual world. And this is described in the Shastra that we are discussing today. And the main thing is that attitude, that I'm the servant, I'm here for service of Krishna. And that is Yayatma Suprasidati. That gives full pleasure, relief to the soul. Till we are trying to enjoy this material world, exploiting the resources of material nature, we just become entangled in her complexities. We completely mess up our life and life after life like that. And acharyas are there kindly coming by order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to teach this. And what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaching? He is Krishna himself. He came to teach bhakti. What kind of bhakti, what kind of process spiritual he is going to teach? He will teach the one he knows this is most pleasing to him. So Krishna comes to reveal this Madhurya Rasa, to reveal this sweetness, Madhura Dham, Goloka, abode. He comes and teaches the highest bhakti, the purest bhakti, the most pleasing to him. And he relishes it all. He is supreme enjoyer. So this is another amazing aspect of Lord Chaitanya, who is Krishna in the form of Srimati Radharani, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, in the mood of the best of devotees, in the mood of the best servitor of Krishna. He comes and teaches this. And he is Krishna who can enjoy that, who can see the both sides. He is enjoying as a Bhagavan of Vaikuntha, he is enjoying his pastimes as Krishna. And now he is relishing the pastime, supreme enjoyer. He is relishing pastime as a devotee also. So this is something extraordinary that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought and all our acharyas preserved and teach us how to understand, how to practice. What is the spiritual path we joined in? What is this ISKCON? ISKCON is not just institution, big name, ISKCON, big buildings, big temples. Today one party came to do some carvings in the temple. They came from North India. And when they saw a big temple, oh, ISKCON has so much money, ISKCON is so... Yeah, but that's not all about what ISKCON can offer to the world. That's not only thing you should see what ISKCON has. We have knowledge about Goloka, we have knowledge about spiritual world, we have the process, how to come there. We have sadhus to associate with, we have acharyas to guide us. This is the shelter for everyone, for all conditioned souls. Huh? So you cannot see neither ISKCON, neither you can see the spiritual world, neither Krishna with material eyes. Really, it's not what it means. Huh? It's not what it means. We are not here to impress anybody materially. We are building big temple to attract everyone to come and hear about Krishna, to come engage in Krishna service, to come and chant Krishna's name, to come and give life in the service and stop material birth and death by the Acharya's mercy. So everyone should be enthusiastic. You know, we have these books. Look at this Brahma-saṁhitā. Tell me which religion in the world can you describe your spiritual world? Which religion in the world can describe your form of God? Nothing to offer to humanity. Nothing to offer to fallen conditioned souls. We have treasure box. We are having treasure of jewels of shastras to discuss, to absorb us, to become attracted with, to relish it spiritually, so that we are not attracted with Maya, that we are not attracted with this external potency of the Lord. Lord said, give up this, what is Prabhupada say, give up this dirty dance in material, come and dance with me. You want to dance? Come and dance with me. You want to sing? Come and sing with me. Krishna is calling, Prabhupada said. So all this discussion, of course, we discussed this Goloka in details in Goloka chart. So whoever wants to see that is also on YouTube, and you all people know, so I don't want to repeat. But the idea, the concept is given here in the shloka. So this is what we were discussing today. that the wall, did I share? Just a second, 1 second. Okay, here you go. Okay, so here, this is today's shloka. Tad kinjalkam tad amshanam tad patrani shyamapi. The wall of that eternal realm Gokul is the hexagonal abode of Krishna. Its petals are the abodes of gopis, who are part and parcel of Krishna. Amshanam, correct? Tad amshanam, part and parcel of Krishna, to whom they are most lovingly devoted and are similar in essence. Similar in essence means these are not ordinary souls like us. These are not Jiva Tattvas at all. The petals shine beautifully like so many walls. The extended leaves of that lotus are the garden-like Dham, spiritual abode of Śrī Radhika, the most beloved of Krishna. So the next time we are going to the external, not external, but outer portion of the Goloka, which describes the Shvetadvip, which describes Dwaraka, and also mentions the Vaikuntha. So this is what we are going to discuss next time. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for hearing. If you have any questions you would like to take, and yeah, if you like to read Shloka 5, read the translation, please read the purport because it's quite condensed. There's so many details described there, and then we can easily follow up, the description of Chaturvyuha and description of Dwaraka and description of different is very interesting. I don't want to spoil your reading. So please read, and the next time we can discuss this. Yes, we have a question. Prabhu, Krishna's first expansion is Lord Balaram, when Radharani expanded from Krishna. Right. So here the question is that Balaram is first expansion of Krishna. So when did Radharani expand? Actually, Radharani is eternally expansion of Krishna in the form of Shakti. Is his Hladini potency. She is the spiritual potency of the Lord. Balaram is himself expanded. And here this is potency of the Lord. So Radharani is not counted among avatars and is eternally existing, as Balaram also eternally existing. There is no time factor when Balaram expanded from Krishna. Balaram is eternally Balaram, Krishna is eternally Krishna. But because Krishna is origin of everything, we say from Krishna Balaram came, which is fact. From Krishna only Balaram came, but not in the question of time. It's question about who is the first candle, who is the origin of everything. So the spiritual world, you cannot say when it happened, because there is no time. Prabhupada said the spiritual world, time is conspicuous, but its absence. You can see time by not seeing it. It doesn't work. And simultaneously, there is a morning, there is a noon, there is an evening. Natad Bhasayate Suryo, na Shashanko, na Pavakaha. There is no sun, there is no moon, but sun and moon are there. But they, like here, our life depends on sun. There, sun's life depends on Krishna. And here, without sun, we can't see anything. But there, sun cannot see anything because Vaikuntha is so much effulgent. So it's fully independent. Na tad bhasate surya, na shashanko, na pavaka. Tad yagatva nanivartante tadhama paramamama. So what is that? That I don't need the sun and the moon, electricity or anything. Everything is self-sufficient. But they are there for the sake of Leelas. So what is the point? The point is that this time factor, you cannot pin down. When was Radharani expanded? It eternally exists at his potency. So five tattvas are described. First is Vishnu tattvas. Vishnu tattva is Krishna and his expansion. Balaram, Adi Chaturvyuha, Lord Narayana, Dvitiya Chaturvyuha, Purusha Avataras, then Manvantaras, Leela Avataras, Guna Avataras, Shakti Vesha Avataras, Yuga Avataras, like that. Other side, so first Vishnu tattva, Krishna himself in different forms. Therefore, Balaram says first expansion of Krishna. Now, Krishna's potency is expansion from his body also. From his body, Radharani's first potency expanded. So you can say she is also first. Swarupa Shakti, the Chit potency, the first spiritual potency. And from her, all other potency expanded. From Chit Shakti, Swarupa Shakti comes Sandhini, Samvit, Hladini potency. Then from there comes again and again different expansions. So simultaneously, Balaram is first form of Krishna himself, and Radharani is first expansion of his spiritual potency, Shakti and Shaktiman. So Balaram is Shaktiman, Krishna is Shaktiman, Radharani is Shakti. So this is the difference. Therefore, it's counted maybe separately. Please understand, there is no time who came first. Krishna came first, and all of them exist simultaneously. Even we are never created. God created the soul. Yes and no. Yes, because we depend on God. We are God's energy. We are God's Shakti. You know? We are part and parcel of God. Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Mama Evamsha. Certainly we are part of God. So we depend on Him. He is our creator, maintainer, this, that. But when we were created, never. We exist eternally as Vibhinamsha, separate, conscious living entities. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kamam. Eternally we exist. We were never created. This body is created, but soul is never created. No? Na jayate mriyateva kadachin nayam bhutva bhavitavana bhuyaha. It never in the past was created. It's not getting created now. It will not be created in the future. So it's a little difficult to put material measurements or material understanding or logic in the spiritual world, where there is no time. There is no time factor in the spirit, and there is no limit for the spirit either. So it's a little difficult to catch up this point. So eternally exists. Radharani is first expansion of his potency, and Balaram is first expansion of himself. That is the only difference. Okay. Okay. So here, please accept, could you please clarify, if we are Jiva Tattva, how can we join the Tattva of Gopi who are Nitya Siddha? Can Jiva Tattva become Nitya Siddha? Once we go back to Goloka, which Tattva we will be? So we are Jivas. We are called Tatastha Shakti. Tatastha Shakti means the potency which can work under spiritual energy or under material energy. Tatastha, borderline. We can be in Maya or we can serve in Yoga Maya. We can be in spirit. So Jiva has this potency. So we are called, in this condition, now we are called Nitya Bhadas, eternally conditioned. Because life after life, we are taking birth in this material world. Now we practice sadhana. We practice our sadhana. By sadhana, we achieve perfection. We are called sadhana siddhas. So we come out from the ignorance of material world, we go home back to God. Once we go home back to Godhead, we are Nitya Siddhas. We are eternally liberated. We are no difference between those who were already there in spiritual world, who never came to material world, or those who are coming from the material world and achieve perfection as a Nitya Siddha, Sadhana Siddha. Siddha is Siddha, Prabhupada says. Sadhana Siddha, Nitya Siddha, Siddha is Siddha. Once you are perfect, you are perfect. Now what I said for gopis, some of them are Nitya Siddhas, eternally liberated, but some of the gopis, all the time we are speaking in this class, please kindly notice that these are the potencies itself of the Lord, not coming into Jiva Tattva categories at all, not coming at all into categories of Tatastha Shakti. These are Shaktis, eternal potencies of the Lord, expansion of Srimati Radharani. So this is good you remind me. 5 Tattvas I said. First is Vishnu Tattva, Krishna's own expansion. Second is Shakti Tattva. The main Srimati Radharani and the main principal gopis, these are Shakti Tattvas. They are not Jiva Tattva. Third category is Jiva Tattva. Third category or whatever, next category. Another category is Shiva Tattva. He is neither Vishnu, neither Jiva. He has, again, very unique position. And the fifth category is Jada Tattva. Jada Tattva means material energy. Jada means really unconscious. Dead matter. This is what means Jada. So these 5. Vishnu Tattva, then Shakti Tattva, Shiva Tattva, Jiva Tattva, Jada Tattva. these five potencies exist. So we are Jiva Tattva, but the gopis, the inner circle, the eternal gopis, these are Shakti Tattva. They are not coming to Jiva Tattva. Now, they are gopis who are coming from Jiva category. They are Nitya Siddhas. Jiva can become one of the gopis there. We can come there and get guidance from the other eternally liberated gopis how to serve Krishna. This is described in the Shastra. So no problem. Jiva can join eternal Krishna's associates, and there is no discrimination. There is no what is that called today? This well, how they call it? All this now, black men, white men, they are fighting, and you know, huh? Racism. There is no racism in spiritual world. Nobody comes after, hey, I'm Nitya Siddha. You just came from material. These are all material, understand material concepts. There is a loving devotional service, and yes, all jivas can get form of the gopis and join other gopis, and you will not know who is spiritual potency of the Lord, who is jiva. Doesn't matter. The matter is that you love Krishna, you serve Krishna, and Prabhupada say yes, we can join Krishna and his associates. Means Krishna with his potency. Srila Prabhupada said, when you say the king, you mean, what do you mean? King. King means king and kingsmen and army and queens and opulence and palaces, and kings includes all of this. So we are going to serve Krishna there. Means we are going to see all of his potencies around him. They are always with him. They never leave him. So no problem mingling with Krishna's eternal potencies. Bliss. Okay. Oh, we have some other questions. Prabhupada sometimes said that take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. And sometimes, without Radharani's suggestion, we cannot get Krishna's devotion. And also, okay, so let's one by one we'll do. So Prabhupada advises that if you want to progress spiritually, we have to take shelter of Lord Nityananda. And sometimes he suggested also in his books, without Radharani's mercy, we cannot come to Krishna. So how to understand? But simple thing to understand, that what is that taking shelter of Lord Nityananda? What does it mean? Right. It means taking shelter of Lord Nityananda. He is the Adi Guru. He is the Lord, expansion of Lord Balaram, the first expansion of Krishna, who does everything to please Krishna, who is the first Guru. Okay, so taking shelter Lord Nityananda is advised. Why? Because in this famous Jagai and Madai Leela, Lord Nityananda went to spread Krishna Bhakti, love of God, Madhurya Ras, holy name to everyone. And in that, there was an incident that he was hurt by the Jagai and Madai who were fallen conditioned souls. And when Lord Chaitanya came upset, Krishna himself was upset. Kauntaya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashati. That my devotee will never perish. He will protect them. He came with chakra to punish Jagai and Madai. But Lord Nityananda manifests this audarya aspect of the spiritual world, magnanimity. He said, forget this. Forgive them, Lord. That will glorify you more than killing them. Killing them means they will go home back to Godhead. This is when Krishna kills somebody, anyway they'll go home back there. No, you forgive them. Because all world is full of Jagai and Madais. Prabhupada joked in the West, everyone is Jagai and Madai. So Lord Nityananda displayed that magnanimity. What is magnanimity? Giving to undeserving, fallen, conditioned soul. Hare Krishna Mahamantra, mercy to practice, mercy to engage in devotional service, mercy to associate with devotees, forgive them, and give them chance to develop love for Krishna. Okay, so what is the aim? The aim is to become devotee of Krishna, to engage in Krishna service. Correct. So it is same mercy that Srimati Radharani also giving. If you, how without Radharani's mercy you cannot go home back to Godhead. Yes. Why? Why is like that? Because Krishna is so pleased with Srimati Radharani. If she recommends somebody, immediately is accepted. All things to Krishna comes through Srimati Radharani. So it's the same mercy, it's the same concept, it's the same desire of Srimati Radharani to see all other souls to be engaged in Krishna service. So get mercy of Lord Nityananda, get mercy of Radharani. It's the same mercy. It's the same mercy. And ultimately it's Krishna's mercy. Because Krishna has this desire that all souls come and engage in his service. So there is no contradiction. But in our conditional stage, to get attention of Srimati Radharani, who we are. I mean, what I'm going to do? Gokul sitting here in the mud in Salem, calling Radharani's name. But Lord Nityananda came to deliver us. He's eager to deliver us. And when he see, oh, look at this Gokul Madai, maybe, he will forgive us. This is the thing. We are counting on this Audarya to come to Madhurya. So therefore, it is advisable for us, Kali Yuga people, to take shelter of Lord Nityananda. It's the same mercy of Srimati Radharani only. He is only going to bring you the same lotus feet of Krishna and Srimati Radharani. What do they teach, Gornitai? How to worship Radha and Krishna. Nothing else. There's no contradiction. But it's when we chant, before chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, we chant Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasati Gaura Bhaktavinda. We chant Pancha Tattva Mahamantra before chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because we are really unqualified. We are begging Lord, please, we are so unqualified. We are so insignificant. We are so polluted. We are so undeserving. We are so handicapped spiritually, mentally, intellectually. We are really Kali Yuga products. Please, Lord, engage us in your service. Please, Lord, give us association of devotees. Please, Lord, let us not commit offenses. Let us in this lifetime take shelter of Srila Prabhupada's teaching and all the great Vaishnavas that he kindly produced by his mercy. So this is my understanding. Okay. And also Krishna said that I'm in debt to Radharani and Gopis. Well, that already we were quoting. Srila Prabhupada said, because their love is unmotivated. They don't like Krishna because he is rich, or he is God, or he is powerful, or he is like whatever we are, people in Kali Yuga worshipping God. If you ask people, why do you go to temple? What do you ask from God? Why do you go to church or to masjid? What do you ask? You will see all kinds of material desires are there. But gopis, they have no personal desire. They simply love Krishna. So therefore Krishna says, I am Bhagavan. I have everything. I have nothing to give you for your pure love. So let your love be your own award. This is glorious. So this is why Krishna appreciates devotees who are unmotivated. This is called pure bhakti, Shuddha bhakti. Ahaituki, apratihata. Unmotivated and uninterrupted. In any time, place, circumstances, it never stops, never gets really disturbed by anything. So this is the position of the gopis. They are the best devotees. Say Krishna, who is God, he said, nothing to repay. Because they don't want anything they don't want his cities, they don't want opulence, they don't want anything. Simply they want to please him. So therefore they are glorified as the best of devotees. This is okay. As gopis are spiritual potency, our acharyas who are manjaris, jiva or chit potency. Well, so far it's difficult for us to say. I do not know. Are the acharyas? So far we understood that they are Nitya Siddhas, eternally liberated souls. Whether the potency of the Lord, expansion of the Jiva Tattvas, really I do not know. I don't want to speculate to this one. That's the question and that's the answer, But definitely when they come to preach, they act like a Jivas. They act like ordinary souls so that we can also get encouraged and inspired, But doesn't matter. The expansion of Krishna himself, or their expansion of his potency, or their jiva tattvas. Anyway, they are eternal associate of the Lord. So this is the, yeah. I assume they are jivas who are eternally liberated, nitya siddhas. They never came to material world. They were never in Maya. They are eternally there with Krishna. So they come to eternal associates of Krishna. This is understanding. In Goloka chart, where can we find the 7 indirect rasas? Srila Prabhupada explains that 7 indirect rasas are mostly displayed in the leelas of Krishna within material world. And there are sometimes the emotions of gopis. There is anger, there is a wonder, they show some of the rasas. But some of the rasas will be displayed only in the, mostly they will be displayed within the leelas displayed in material world, within material realm. But also there is a Vira Rasa, chivalry, that heroism, that also is displayed sometimes that Gopas are playing with Krishna. With sticks they fight and this, that. So they have their idea. But the real fight with, cutting and killing and this, that Vira Rasa is displayed in Mahabharata, for example, in Kurukshetra, Ramayana, is an even bigger battlefield than in Kurukshetra. Ramayana is described like that. So there is one place Srila Prabhupada said that mostly is displayed. You can see it in the material world, but there is also displayed in emotions of the gopis. You can see they also get apparently in Leela angry at Krishna, Rudra Rasa, or wonder, Adbhuta Rasa. They're surprised, or they are showing different Karuna Rasa, different emotions. Okay? Okay. Okay, so here the quote is given from Srila Prabhupada, Chaitanya Charitamrita purport. Therefore, one should not consider one name to be more potent than the other. Considering position of people of this age, however, the chanting of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name is more essential than chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most magnanimous incarnation, and his mercy is very easily achieved. So this is the quote, Prabhupada quote. So the question is, so to chant Panchatattva is more essential than chanting Hare Krishna? Well, yes and no. Both things are there. Yes, why? Because we are people in Kali Yuga, as already discussed previously. It's very difficult for us to approach directly Krishna. No? So we are begging Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are begging, please be merciful upon us. Please give us mercy that we can serve Krishna. So again, what is teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He does not want to be worshipped. When Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was described as a god, he would cover his ears. He didn't like to hear it. It's a rasa abhas. He came as a devotee. He didn't want to hear that he is the Lord. He showed Shadbhuj form. He showed Vishwarupa. He showed to different devotees that he is not different from Radha Krishna or Narayan or Lord Ram. But the main teaching is of Krishna, of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to teach Krishna Bhakti, to love Krishna in the mood of the gopis. So what he did, he taught you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So really, worshipping Chaitanya Mahaprabhu means to please him. How are you going to please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? If you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So for us, it's essential to get mercy of Lord Chaitanya, that we can chant properly Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And you can see Srila Prabhupada said that, emphasizing that point, that Audarya, again, magnanimity is mentioned. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire to generously give love of God to everyone. So this is our hope. This is our hope. Mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is what is only our hope to have any progress in spiritual life, in that sense. But look what Srila Prabhupada did. Did he chant more Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's names or more Hare Krishna. He chanted more Hare Krishna. So we follow what he actually did, what he taught, what he preached, what he established by his example, Srila Prabhupada. So you can see that actually the Maha Mantra, that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought. And the emphasis is on his mercy, that we need Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. By Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, Prabhupada came. It is desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jare Deko Tare Koho Krishna Upadesh, that to spread Krishna's teaching all over the world. No? What is that? Sarvatra Prachar Hoipe Moranam. Prithivite Ashe Jatanagar Adigram Sarvatra Prachar Hoipe Moranam. So it's desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to spread holy name all over the world. He say Moranam, my name. But what is his name? Krishna Chaitanya. He is chanting Krishna's name. No? So because of that desire, all acharyas, they are working on that. How to spread holy name everywhere. And Bhaktivinoda Saraswati, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur, and then Srila Prabhupada came and launched the holy name campaign all over the world and changed life of millions of people. How? By mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So definitely this is more important to get mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because we have no access of direct mercy of Radha and Krishna. Simply we are unqualified. This is reality. Let's face reality. And what is reality actually? Radha and Krishna. This is reality. Goloka, that is reality. This is all Maya, all illusion, all temporary. Do we have anything else? What is it? Krishna is pleased by worshipping his devotees, and his devotees preach us to worship Krishna. What to do? Worship of both at the same time? Yes, this is what we do. We worship Krishna and his devotees. Krishna is never alone. Look what we are worshiping on the altar. Radha and Krishna, Sita and Ram, Lakshmi Narayan, or Gaurnitai, or what other deities we have? Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. We don't worship Gaudiyavasha and Krishna alone. We always worship with his potencies or with his devotees. And we worship Guru simultaneously with Krishna. Guru is Sakshad Hari Tvena Samasta Shastra. Sakshad Hari. The Guru is not different from Krishna because Guru will give you the same mercy of Krishna, he will bring you to Krishna. Meeting Krishna and meeting Guru, you get same benefit. He is representative of Krishna. You worship him as Krishna, as God. But Guru is again the supreme personality of servitor, Godhead, Prabhupada said. He is the devotee of Krishna. He never claims he is Krishna. So Guru and Krishna should be worshipped simultaneously. So you can see this. Every morning we do Guru Puja to Srila Prabhupada, Pandar Acharya, and in the cyclic succession Gaudiya Vaishnava line. And the Krishna, we worship the deities. We sing for Prabhupada Guru Puja, we worship deities. We worship Prabhupada right in front of open altar of Krishna. And Krishna is pleased. Krishna is pleased with it. So simultaneously, we worship Guru and we worship Krishna. Simultaneously is done, not that separately. And what is that? I'll do only service to Guru. I'm not qualified to serve Krishna. But when you come and do service to Guru, Guru will say, worship Krishna, bring me flowers to Krishna, bring me bhoga and cook offering to Krishna. Chant Krishna's name. So Guru has no particular separate worship, some separate tattva, some separate ideas. No, Guru is devotee of Krishna. You are going to assist Guru in worshipping Krishna. So yes, we do simultaneously we worship with proper understanding. We worship Guru as good as Krishna, but we know that he is eternal devotee of Krishna. He is not Krishna. Krishna is God, Guru is devotee. This is the understanding. So like that. Okay, that's it. No more question, is it? Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for asking questions. Thank you for being in long session today. And the next time we'll do shloka number 5. Please read the translation and the purport, then it's a little bit smoother to go through it. Thank you very much. Śrī Prabhupada ki jai, Śrī Brahma-saṁhitā ki jai, Gaur Premanande.